Hello, I'm Julio, and in this video I'm gonna show you how you can create a liquid effect in Blender. This is basically a second video of another one I have that I do the same thing in ZBrush. So in this time is in Blender, okay? So basically it's very similar, the process. Let's create a sphere, ecosphere will be fine, okay? Let's add a bit more of subdivision, like something like this, it will be fine, okay? Now let's subdivide this, scale it up a bit, and now here on the modifiers, let's do the displays, okay? Now let's select new here, let's go to the options, here on image and movie, let's select clouds, okay? Here in the options here, you can change a bit the parameters if you want, but the real important one is here on the strength, okay? So let's do one thing, let's add another subdivision to this sphere, and let's move it on top so we have more detail for the displays, okay? Let's add 2 or 3 even. Okay, so here on the strength is where we really want. Okay, so what we are looking for here is the intersection between these two spheres, okay? We have these two spheres, so and again, this tutorial will make a lot of sense when you start trying and see the things for yourself, because it's when you start understanding exactly what you should be looking at in every step. Okay, so in this case, what I'm trying to look at is a bit of the negative space. So I'm gonna make this small. I want the islands, you know, I want these things. I'm thinking on this as a bit as the liquid I will be using later. Okay, so something like this, it will be fine. Now let's do apply the things, okay? And this one, this internal one, let's subdivide one more, so we have a bit more of subdivision. I'm gonna apply everything. I will select the outside one, and then I'm gonna do a boolean modifier, okay? I'm gonna pick the internal one. You can do better probably here on the list, okay? Now it should take a second to do. Now let's hide this one. So this is what I'm looking for, okay? Now depending on what you have here, you will have a different effect later, okay? So you will see. Remember, this point is important depending on the type of effect that you are looking for. You want something more liquid, or maybe you want an effect like ragged clothes, for example, you can do with this method. Okay, let's collapse this thing, Control A, okay? Now the next thing is important, because if not, it's not gonna work. Let's enter in sculpt mode. Okay, let's go. Well, 1 second. Let me show the geometry, the wireframe. Okay, so let's enter in sculpt mode, and now here with this, with R, you know, we can do the automatically the dynamesh thing from ZBrush. Okay, the remesh thing. So let's reduce these boxes to something like this, and now let's apply that. Okay, so we have this dense geometry. Now the next thing we want to do probably is a bit too much. Let's make it, yeah, because it will be slower. So something like this is gonna be fine. Okay, let's exit sculpt mode. Now you here maybe you want to do or not. Like selecting all the vertex here and do a smooth vertex. Okay, we can repeat this with Shift R a bit. Now this will clean up a bit the model, but it's not necessarily. I mean, if you see some spikes here and there, maybe this will help, but it's not necessary to do this. Okay, now next thing, we are gonna create a plane. Okay, no, not like this. Let's create a plane. Okay, let's make it a bit bigger. Let's move this thing up. Okay, close to the plane. Don't move it very far. And now let's do here physics. This is a collision. Let's do here physics, and this is a cloth. Okay, and now then the thing is that we need to do click play. Just wait. Let's wait a second until this finishes. Now this step, if you don't see this thing going down like it's here, it's because you didn't do the steps in the sculpt. Okay, you have to convert the mesh because after the boolean, if you try to do this thing, it will not work. Okay. Okay, when it's flat here, just pause. Okay, and now the next thing that you have to do, that is also very important, if not it will not work, is collapse the cloth. Okay, so Control A here. Now if you go back to the original, you see everything is collapsed to the 0 frame. Now we enter in school mode, and here is where the fun comes. Okay, let's enter in school mode and go to the cloth brush. Here in the options, you have to make sure that the deformation is set to grab. Okay, and here in the fall-off, if you want, and this is again, experiment with this, you may want to use sharp, for example. It will depend on what you want to do. And now you just pick a point and move. And here is where it depends on exactly what you want to do. You want to do more effect of maybe a splash of water, or you want to do something like a slime, or you want to do ragged clothes, whatever, you know. This is the thing. This is gonna use the dynamics, you know, the cloth dynamics to keep the consistency of the elements. So it's not like it's breaking. It's more like it's moving the elements in space, you know. It's deforming them, of course, but you can see the small thing is here. Okay, so yeah, it's basically this. There is nothing really bigger to this, you know. One thing you can do is maybe combine, like for example this one, we duplicate it. I'm gonna scale something like this, and maybe scale it and see, move it, you know, maybe rotate it a bit so it doesn't match exactly the other one. So you see, combining several, you can create super nice and complex effects. Okay, so yeah, basically is this. I don't want to go very deep in this. I don't want to make the video very long. This is a super cool method to create liquid, to create different type of effects, you know. So experiment with it. Here in the school mode, there is also here under the cloth. Here you can experiment with these things as well. For example, the inflate one is also very nice. You know, to create more, to bring back a bit of the blobbiness of the surface. Okay, maybe you want something more like liquid. Yeah, you can experiment with this. Also, another thing that I would recommend you to do is to set everything here in smooth. Okay, set the smooth, so it doesn't, you don't see all the polygons there. And also, if you want at some point, maybe you decide you need this to be softened, just go here to vertex. Where is the thing? Vertex, smooth vertex here. Okay, and you can repeat the process a bit with Shift R. Oops. Okay, and then you will be able to smooth a bit the surface and, well, have a bit more of control of the final look. Okay, so yeah, hopefully you learned something today. See you in the next video. Bye bye.